Hey there, so I'm ready to rock and roll with this beauty, which is from the 13th of June. And my plan is that I'm going to go rainbow in here, then I'm going to go rainbow there, there, and there. And this is going to be gray tones. So that's the plan. And the rainbow is just a 9 color rainbow. And I will use the ones that I have 10 of the toner of Cobics gray, where I have the full set. I think it's actually 11. I'll use that for the grey. And we got this one going here. So I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way up. So hi Lindsay, you might be the only one awake. Yeah, it's just afternoon here, like it's 12:24, so it's actually pretty late here. But sorry, I'm such a snotty person at the moment. But that too shall pass. That too shall pass. So I'm just starting, and then I'm gonna go here, go here, and here, and then here. So hopefully that will be good. Then I'm actually gonna just do something here that I wanted to do. I wanted to do these more black, like these eyes. So I'm just gonna give them a little bit of life, like that. Hi Hannah, you're awake too. Oh, I have about 108. No, 106. 106. So I just take them bit by bit in chunks and pieces around. So I have quite a lot because I have both. I'm first eating into my catch up from this year, and then once I've caught up on this year, which that pile keeps growing all the time, well, every week, then I'm gonna be catching up from last year, where I have 74 from last year. So I got my work cut out for me here with catching up, that's for sure. So I'm just gonna try to get on when I can and do a little bit. I usually try to do 3 when I get on. If I have time, I'll try to do more. And if my hands will allow it, it also depends on how my hands are feeling. If my hands are bad, then I can't do as much. But I sort of take that bit by bit and see how it goes. But the plan now is to have at least 3, but I think I might be able to do more. It depends because Victoria has already like pretty heavy plans when she gets home from school, as she has to. Still, she's in the process of cleaning up her closet, cleaning up her closet. So I do have I think I'll have a good possibility of getting a little bit more done. 106 is, well, this, if I do this one, it will be 105. You know, it's a lot, but I am hoping to get ahead with it. So that's a good thing. Get there sooner or later. I just want to get as much out of the way this year as I can, so that maybe next year. I mean, I don't think that I can make the whole backlog disappear this year, but it sure would be nice if I could. But if I can, it would be like a dream if I could start next year without a backlog. But let's see how far I get, because I won't be able to do backlogs every day, and also my hands would suffer from it. So I have to sort of chill out and take it bit by bit, and then we'll just see how far I get, how far, but we'll get there. But yeah, it is quite a lot. But now I'm caught up on the minis, So that's always something. So now I thought then, now that I'm caught up on the minis, I better make an effort at first to get caught up on this year's so that I can start biting into next year's backlog. So last year's backlog. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm like a little bit snotty. I probably have to go blow my nose in a bit. So I'll let this one go there. So I think this will be nice. Oh, I forgot to do that one, that one, that one. Typical. But we'll get there. Slowly but surely. Things will develop. Maybe I'll just start it up so that we get that along with it here. And since it goes to 9, it'll be count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9 here. And get this one here. This one won't have them all, as far as I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's going to look good with that gray in there, and it'll sort of make it pop out. I hope so. I hope we'll make it pop out in a nice, striking way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just double checking. I'm sorry. Next one here. Probably have to start closing the window when I sleep because I think I got a little bit of a draft. That's why I'm snotty snot. Snotty snot. That's typical. It's also because I let the fresh air in there. Sometimes it might be a bit too much. This is good. I'm going for the red. We'll be caught up with that. So where's the thing? Just right there. That's good. And go on here. So yeah, I just stayed in bed quite long. I was up when Victoria was up to fix her hair and everything. But my dad took her to school today, and he's also picking her up. So that means that I thought that he occupied the bathroom for since 9:30 to 12:10, so I can get to the bathroom. You know what that's like. It's no fun. Uh, but obviously it was his big. Well, I don't think he's had a birthday for quite some time, so it was probably a good thing that he was in there. Usually has every 3 days, but lately he's been. So let's hope that he's changing it around just a little bit because it's a bit annoying for the rest of us. So here I think I'm gonna backtrack just on this one up here because I think it will fit really nicely. And I got another backtrack inside of this one. So yeah, just moving along, bopping along with this one. I have actually 5 that I took out, but now we'll see how far I get. This one is kind of dense. It's like a lot happening. But it shouldn't be too much. I think on the second round in here we'll probably count out. It's not that much. It sure would be nice to make a nice dent in the pile of backlog so that I can sort of feel like I've gotten it done. But of course, I'm also coloring a lot of other things than just Weirdies. I'm also doing a lot of other videos and have been the whole way through since I started. So, of course, there's a lot. There's a lot. So, I actually want to make the as well. Just gonna get that in there. I have a glass of chocolate milk. Cold chocolate milk. I like cold chocolate milk. I got it on sale. Curve around. French time. Soon it'll be ready for counting out. So that was that. We're on to the darker purple. Who is he again? The man with the child in his arms. So there's no mailman today, so I guess I'm not getting any mail. I did order the new book. I was kind of looking forward to getting it, but not yet. I mean, it's faster in the US sometimes, and sometimes the German Amazon is pretty quick, but this time unfortunately not. Or maybe I didn't hear the doorbell and they were there earlier, and my dad didn't hear it because he was in the bath, so that could also be. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. It's ours to shape. Maybe not see, but to shape. It's not that random. I don't think so. I think we actually have a say in some of what happens. I hope to think so. That we can bend the future a bit to our own, you know, we sort of have a little bit of a deciding factor in what goes on in our lives. I like to think so. But of course, you know, some people think everything is left up to fate. I'm not sure about that. I like to think that we have a little bit of a say in what happens. Just a wee bit. Just a little. Something. Go for this. Good things here. It's actually funny. The first one yesterday was like that, and the Weirdie of yesterday was also with so sort of like three that's sort of had this kind of where you had to think about the inside a little bit more than on most Weirdies. So, but it's funny to have two yesterday. The first catch up one, and then the actual Weirdie of yesterday also had a little bit of those elements. And then this one, the first catch up of today also. So I must have been on a roll when I was doing these. But I like that. They don't all have to be the same, you know. It's nice to have a bit of a challenge sometimes. I definitely think that these have a little bit of a challenge. So this I think goes here. Fits for me to get it better. And then I got meetings both tomorrow. I got the psychiatrist, I think it's called. And then on Wednesday I got the mentor. So it's going to be a little bit of busyness this week. So it's good to get these out of the way because, I probably won't have time on those days. So to get them done now, it's a good thing. This one is actually going to take longer than I thought, I think. But it's going to be pretty. You think, Diane? I could probably do the whole thing with these, but I just had that plan of the grey, so I'm going to stick with my plan of the grey on that. Because I kind of really like that plan. Yep. Okay. Starts right there. That one's here. It's going to go right here. It's a good thing that I got those eyes filled out. Really lovely. So catching up. And then we get the turquoise going in. Oops, I forgot that one there. Not good. It's just one line. So this one here. I think it's actually also here. there. It should be clear. So I'm going to do that. Just stick it in here. Put it in there. That's the last one on that one. So we got that section finished off. As you can see, this one I move right there, and then I got a backtrack. Way right there. I'm sorry. Now I gotta do these. So if I put blue there. Yes, I can do it. I hope so. Transform it. Colors transform the drawing. That's why it's so interesting to see how everybody colors it. To see what it becomes when it sort of comes to life. Because one thing is that when it's just my finished drawing, then the colors will bring it to life a lot. Next one, do it. That's the green. The green grass over. So let's see. We're just gonna use this here. There. This section up here is gonna finish up. Right down there where it's rounded out. Next, once you get back to the yellow, and I think if there's even a possibility, some of them don't be found out, but there would be very little. And then the last going in to finish it off would be the green, the grays. This one going through. This one will start right there. And this one. that one unfortunately gets to be there twice, but that's the way it's. That's just the way it is. And I got this one here. I'll be the last one there because we keep that white. And we got this one going here. This going here. And I'm going to backtrack here just so that I don't get confused and all of a sudden put something else in there. It's a good thing to backtrack. Oh, that's great, Lindsay. You're getting her ready for school. Yeah, it's the morning there. I know, and here it's noon. I have to, yeah, well, in an hour's time, my daughter gets off school, but my dad is picking her up. He's out on his walk, so on his way back, he'll pick her up. So, and she'll probably be all excited and happy when she gets back. She usually is. She's just that a happy camper always. So, that one here. And it actually finish off perfectly with this one there. So that was the back here. Now we've got the last color of the rainbow going in. So, and then we're gonna, on the next round, count out in there. And then we'll just have that gray that will be going in. I'm looking forward to seeing the gray and how it will, like make this stand out even more. I'm hoping that that will be the end effect, and I do think it will be. So, kind of looking very much forward to that, to seeing that. Here. And then this one will be around there. Here. We got here. And then right here. Actually, I should have here. That's yeah. Over here, I need the other green. Didn't think about that in the last round, so I'm gonna get there now. Perfect. So I'm gonna do this here. And here. And it's gonna be right here. And here. Running Just go back to yellow on that one. That's pretty neat. How's she feeling about school? Is she happy about school, Lindsay? Get up early. That's good. Is she happy with the school? I know when Victoria started with school, she was very happy. It was only when they did this thing with moving the classes that she got sad about school. Before that, she was extremely happy about school. When she was in the nursery home, she was talking about university. But then, yeah, things changed around a bit. I hope it will change around and she'll be happy again. But she didn't like the other kids at all. Well, there's a few that she does like. And I said, well, then focus on that and forget about the rest, because in life, there's always going to be assholes that you don't like. Unfortunately, that is life. That's just the way it is. You know, we can't always get what we want. But you can never think that you're going to like everybody. And that counts for every walk in life. If you go to school, if you go to work, if you study, anything you do, you're just going to have to deal with the fact that you might not like everyone. And that's okay. It's okay not to like everyone. You don't have to be everyone's best friend. As long as you're your own good friend. It's great that she loves it. I'm happy for that. It's just really a nightmare when they don't. So here I could potentially count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9. And it should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And it's counted out correctly. That's a good thing. And then I think you can go through and do it over here. There won't be anything to count out there, I think. It's going to do right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. Let me get this one going here. Here I think I actually will be able to count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. And there's just 2 left there. So that'll be here on the side. So then that is counted out. Yeah, this is the thing. Maybe it's because they have siblings. I don't know. I think some kids are just generally mean. And I don't get it. I mean, when I look at their parents seem nice, but the kids seem, yeah, I don't understand. But yeah, maybe it's because they have siblings, some of them, but not all of them. Maybe lonely children are just not used to the competition at home about attention or it's good. Nothing about message. pretty, isn't it? As pretty as can be. I got it here. And then my plan was to actually put it right there. Let's move on there. Let's move on over here. Could be. Yeah, I mean, Victoria doesn't have a mean bone in her body. Maybe parents fake it better. That could be that they fake it being nice people. They just have more practice in faking being nice. That's a good explanation, actually. I mean, they gotta get that bitchiness from somewhere. Especially it's the girls that are really mean to each other. I mean, the boys are maybe not at the at the same level of meanness as the girls. But it's surprising to me how. I mean, why? You know why? But I guess just bitchiness. So, I was a lonely child, so and I wasn't mean. I got teased a lot in school, and I was never mean either. But and I didn't really understand why people were mean. I still don't understand why people are mean. I don't think it's something I'll ever understand because there's no real need for it. But I guess it must look pretty different in the eyes of those who are mean. The whole world must look different in their eyes. Or maybe, some people who are mean because they got treated badly. But I still don't think that that's a real excuse. Because I think a lot of people probably got treated badly but are not mean because of it, you know. So now we got that pink. Now we got that pink in here. It's not quite the dark pink. I like this pink actually. But I like the tiger marker colours as well. And just the price point is really good. This. I think it looks so good with the ones that you're doing with the glitter pens. It just looks gorgeous. I bet the book would be just like beautiful to look through. Uh, the books. I think it will be really nice. It just looks so perfect with the colors and everything. It's going to be quite a piece when it's all filled out. the next one here. But the glitter looks just so beautiful. I mean, I don't have any gel pens. Well, there's not a lot to choose from in Denmark in the gel pen department. But it's only because they just don't scan well. If I didn't scan, I would definitely, because I love the glitter, and it just looks really good on the pictures. I know that you can't see the full potential of the glitter. I mean, you can see how pretty it is. Like when you look at it in real life, it's even much better than on the pictures. And that's why I can imagine that they're just beautiful to look through. But definitely, yeah, the only reason I don't use glitter gel pens or gel pens because they just don't scan very well, and I scan all of them to potentially put them on products and posters and stuff. So I sort of have a thing about that. Uh, But if it was just for my own enjoyment and I wasn't doing the scanning part, then I would definitely have the glitter. I actually also saw like some people had like a clear glitter pen so that you could actually just apply the glitter on top of any color you're using. And I also saw that Spectrum Noir made some special glitter ones. They look really interesting as well. I'm looking forward to putting the gray in to make it all pop. I think it will make it pop. I hope so. So, we got the turquoise. Just we're closing in on this now. Now, how about the Magic Copics? And that will be the toner gray. I think I have all of them in that one. I think that would be really pretty. Or is it the neutral one? Either one, it will be pretty. Yeah, but it doesn't matter the price. If they're pretty, they're pretty. Then then it's just a bonus that they aren't too expensive because I bet you also use them up pretty quickly. I mean, that's the few gel pens I've had. I use up pretty quickly. Like I have white gel pens for drawing on black, and I think they sort of there's not that much in there. Or then it's a good thing that they're cheap so that you can have extras. So now I'm just missing the last green one. Then we're gonna take the Copics out and do the gray. I'm looking forward to seeing. Here. That was a nice color on here. I'm just gonna wrap the Copics. Yeah, too fast too. But I would also guess that they're perfect for the smaller pictures in the tracker. Yeah, I gotta get started working on the next tracker. Here's the Copics. And this much for me remains. Here's the Copics. Right here. I'm gonna start with the first one. Oops, it's wrong with the stick. I have to check on that every time. Here. And then I'm gonna start it down there. That's the one. Maybe it should have started with the darker one, I don't know. Okay, it's going here. We got the two. That's one down here. That's also what that was why I thought that the tracker had a perfect size for those who want to use like gel pens, even colored pencils or fine liners or like the Faber-Castell Pit Artist. Those are great for the size of the tracker, so that it actually is a possibility to use it. And I have even used tiger markers in them, so I know it's possible. I know it's possible. But of course, it's a little bit more difficult if you want to use like big markers. uh, I don't know. I've never done Inktober so far, but I'm doing a special on on Heather's group for October, so maybe I'll think about it. I don't know. I don't really like to have a set theme because I'll just go out of my way to not do something that's sort of set. So I'll probably do something, but not. I'm not sure yet of what I'll do. So this is the 4, the 5, 6. So I'm gonna do something in October, but I don't think it would be sort of a specific, like October has sort of like a, isn't there like a theme for each day or something like that? I don't remember. I saw a post, but I don't remember what the theme was. I think it's actually good that I started with that. I wanted it to be light around 7. I just think that these grays, when I adjusted them, they were just so perfect because they weren't like too similar. There was a nice difference between each shade of gray, whereas some they just switch too quickly, like from the light to dark. I just thought this one had a very nice tones. I think it will look perfect around. And I'm not counting out because this I'm going to go backwards on the grays. So I'm not counting out on that. And we got the 8 here. And I hope it will have the desired effect of making the rainbow stand out even more because of the grays. That will just be emphasizing all the color. These are really beautiful. And we got the 9. This one I'll be doing twice because we'll be going backwards from there. And then I'll be here again. Where we start to go lighter. I think this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful one. It's going to be right there. And then we're going to go here. Yeah, color picks for the theme. I'm going to go for the 10. I don't know. I don't know even know where to look for the list of subjects for October. I saw a list the other day. They would probably pop up on my timeline again at some point, but this is the 10. So now since I already did the 9 on the side, then I'm back to the 8. So I'm going down here. And I have the 8 here. here. Put it down here. And we got the 7. I think this is going to be pretty awesome. But yeah, definitely taking longer this one than I had calculated on. But we'll see how far I get today. Also, Victoria has some things that she'll be busy with when she gets home, so I'll probably be able to continue for quite a bit. We used to get the 3 that was the goal. I would like to do the 5 actually, but we'll see. Depends if some of the other ones will be really quickies. I do think some of them will be quite quick. And she'll be busy with her thing. Because you really gotta finish that all her closet thing, because she's got clothes from when she was like 3 years old in there. Would have been nicer if you guys had been closer. Then maybe your daughter could have used some of Victoria's. She's got so many pretty things. It really hasn't been worn that much, especially like dresses and stuff, because she doesn't wear that. She don't want to wear that. She has like 3 dresses that my dad's friend gave her, and they're all real pretty. And she's just like, well, I was like, she says, can I take them away? And I said, but you can still fit them. And she's like, yeah, but I'll never wear them. And I don't like them. And I just feel, because they're nice dresses. But of course, she just won't wear a dress. It's just like that. She wears jogging suits and football clothes and stuff like that. She won't wear a dress, a nice, lovely dress. No, that's just not her. And I mean, we all got our style, so. Yeah, you also have a lot that don't fit. But it's a good thing that she gets it cleared out, because then I'll have a better overview of exactly all the things that she's missing. It's Chris here. Hello, Chris. Now we are on the number 3. I think this is going to work so well for making the rainbow colors stand out just perfectly. This gray is just it's perfect grays. We call them toner gray, these ones. We got 4 sets of grays. Warm grays, cool grays, toner grays, and neutral grays. This was the 3. So we got the 2 here. And 2 here. Then the 1 is going to go twice, because we'll have the 0 in between. And then it will start going darker again. I think it's going to be really great. They don't buy, they only take donations. Second-hand shops. I have been saving a lot to try to sell it on the market or something. But the thing is, we don't get to the market. You have to be able to carry it down there. and you have to have a table or stand or something that you have to bring along, and then you have to have the permission to stand there, and it gets kind of. But I saved everything so that when we can go to the market, then we can bring it along. So saving it is the best thing. Then my dad will take it up to the attic, or or he will probably, because he doesn't want to go up to the attic, then he'll probably drive it all the way to the farm where it will be a bigger problem. We were supposed to take all the clothes that I had taken away from my closet to the second-hand shop, but we drove it all to the farm, so it's still there. So it's not really gone. Then we got the zero that goes in between here. That was the one we started out with. It's extremely light, but it's still visible. I like that because sometimes they're so light that you can't really see them, which is more obvious when it's on the scans, then you can't see anything at all. But I think in this one where it's a graduation, I think it'll be pretty. And we got the 3. Okay, here. It's really good. The 3 here. 3 here. And the 4. Maybe I did a mistake. I did. I think. I think I made a little mistake, but that is too late now. We got the 4 going in here. I should have had the 2 instead of the 3. But this is the 4. Got the 4 here. And we got the 5. Thank you, Beth. But I could probably look into, maybe there is a place where you can sell it, but I know that there is one, but they don't pay anything for it. But the thing is, Victoria doesn't have any like expensive clothes because I can't afford to buy expensive clothes, so it's all kind of very cheap stuff from H&M, and a lot of it is also like secondhand to start with. So it's not really things that that people will buy, I think. Hi, Chris and Beth. You're all waking up now. Oh, Candy gets home. I thought she got home yesterday, but today, that's great. Oh, I think it's wonderful that she's getting home. She's been through such an ordeal. She'll need some rest. Is the pneumonia gone, or does she still have to fight the pneumonia? This is 6. Let me get the 7. I think that the gray is really working in bringing out all the colors, making them even more efficient on this one. So this is actually my first catch-up. It just has taken quite a while. It's a long one. It's been longer than I had anticipated, but it's really pretty. I just have to be faster on some of the other ones. Then we got the T8. I'm so thrilled for her that she's getting home. That would be so nice for her. Hospitals are not nice. But it's not nice to be in a hospital no matter what. I only actually well, I've been a lot to the hospital when my mom was sick. I spent a lot of time in the hospital with her. And when she was dying, I lived in the hospital with her. She was in a special place for those who are dying. And I came from Spain to be there. And they had a room for me there on the hospital that I could stay in. So that was been pretty tough because it was sort of a place where everybody who was in that place were dying. So, it was a sad place. So this is the 9, so this one I will repeat. Just leaving room for the 10 in between. There we go. Ten. In between there. Like the glowing. Yeah, I think it's the effect of the grey, the light grey around them that makes it look even more glowing. That was why I wanted to do this with the grey, because I thought that the grey would be an effect like this one, to have that rainbow in there and then get it to pop because of the grayscale around it, and then still have it like completed with the rainbow on the outer side. I thought it would just look absolutely perfect, and I think it does look perfect. And since I had this beautiful gray, tonal gray set of the Copic, so it was just a perfect thing. So now I'm going to have the 8. That's this one here. So it's going to start going lighter again. Quite excited about this one. gonna go for the 7. It's gonna go right in here. This is gonna be really perfect. I love the grays of these Copics, the Copic set grays. They're just so gorgeous. And the 6. Okay, that sounds good, Lindsay. Thank you, Heather. I think it looks fabulous too. I just had that immediately when I saw this. I thought, oh, I'll need a grayscale around because it's gonna make everything pop. So that is what it became with the master plan. So now we need the 5. But it has taken a bit of patience and a lot longer to do this first one than I thought it would. Almost, yeah, it's been taking almost 2 hours. Oopsie. I think I forgot to put the 6 down here. Not sure though. If I didn't, then it will just be a mistake. But that was a 5. Then we got the 4. The 3. That would be the very last here. Two. It will only be up there because this part down here is done. 2 here. And then the 1, which will go twice. And then the 0 in between. And then we're done with this one. I think it really is beautiful. And that one goes in there. Goes in there. That's that. Then we're going to take the Copics away here. We're going to have a... Hi, Julie. See? That is just perfect. I mean, those tonal grays, they're just like... Everything is standing out and popping much more. So that's just gorgeous. I'm loving it. So we're going to move straight on to the next catch-up that I have. That's the 15th of June. So this was the 13th. Put that over here. And this one. I'm not sure. This one actually I could use a lot of colors, I think. I could do like a full 15 rainbow. And I'd have to like, these are the ones that I have to put in. So I'll put this one in here. And we get this one in here. We'll get these 2 in here. And then we've got these 2 in here. So, oh, we got it. There it is. Thank you all. And this one, of course, this one is a count out one. A simple count out one. It's a pretty simple one. So I'm just gonna, and since this was 15, it's like 5. So yeah. Just had to check and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and this would be 15. And here this would be just back there. Starting point right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that one won't have any. So I'm going to count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is the 15. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's 15. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's a perfect count. Then I got this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I lost the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is a 15. I got this one going here. I'm going to count these first. Hi, Sarah. So I think, therefore I am. I'm gonna do this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Okay. And I think I'll do this one from up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that would be just exact. Is Candy here? I can't see you unless you say something. It's so great that you're going home today. We're all thrilled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is the 15th. Beth and Billy Joe has been really sweet in keeping us all updated on how you were doing, and we've all been so worried and sending happy thoughts to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we've been in our thoughts a lot. We've been hoping that you would make it through and be okay. And we are so happy to hear that you're coming home. It is good news. So then we hope you will recover. You'll have to rest a lot, I guess. I don't know if the pneumonia is totally gone, but I know that when I've had pneumonia, it's really tough. And yours must have been a hard one. Hi, Bertha. Lovely to see you. So, get this one going here. So I'm just here to do a bit of catching up. This one is good for all these colors because there's not that much repetition of each color. I think will be going in, but it's got a good size for all of it. So hopefully this one will be bigger than the first one. The first one took almost 2 hours. And it wasn't that big, but it was a little bit complicated, so it took a little bit longer, but it turned out real beautiful. For those of you who just got on and didn't see the first one I did, I made it here and I used my Copic toner grays to pop, make all the colors of the rainbow pop. So that's what I was doing before. And now I moved on to this one in my catch-up. So I have the 13th and now the 15th of June. We move into August catch-up. I guess I won't be having that many. Oops, that's my phone. I better just go check on it. 1 second. skal snakke med sin mor, og så laver vi en aftale. Ikke i dag. Jeg siger, kan jeg sige til dem at tale med hendes mor, og så må de ringe, og så må vi lave en aftale. Så skal vi gøre det der efter skole på den der måde. Det er stressende. Sorry, I'm right back. It was just, the kids wanted a play date. So sorry about that. I'm back. But I think, her mom is, the other girl's mom is at work. And I think that they should arrange the play date not on the same day because they wanted to go to her place. And I know that the mom is at work. If they want to have a play date, they have to arrange it beforehand and not at the moment at the school. So, besides, Victoria still has to do her clothes. Can't have that laying all over. So, it was a no-go. It's really, Victoria just doesn't know how to talk on the phone. She doesn't have the patience for it. It's like crazy. She's just like, well, I can't hear anything. And I don't know if it's that she holds it wrong or whatever. I mean, other people don't have a problem with the phone, but she just can't do it. She's just impossible with the phone. She's impossible with the phone. It's like crazy. It's not that hard to hold the phone up to your ear to hear what the other person on the other end is saying. But she just says she can't hear anything, no matter what, if she's on the phone. So I don't know, maybe she's deaf on one ear. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to have that checked out because I can't understand why she can never hear on the phone. She'll talk into the phone, but every time, no matter what, she'll just say, I can't hear it. I can't hear what you're saying. So I don't know if I should maybe take her to a hearing doctor. I just got that thought now. Maybe she's just deaf on one ear, the ear where she puts her phone to or something. I mean, because it's really weird. Everybody else can hear on the phone, but she can't. And she just, I don't understand it because, she really wants to talk on the phone, but she just doesn't hear it. She says like, yeah, but she must be holding it wrong. I mean, I don't get it because I can hear what people say on the phone even if I don't have it up to my ear. So I don't understand how she can. I really don't get it. It's really weird. I mean, I've never had anybody else who, because then she passes the phone to my dad, and he has no problem hearing what I'm saying. And I mean, he can't hear what I'm saying here at home if I talk to him. So I mean, but he can hear it on the phone. So it's not like that there's something wrong with the phone. Everybody but Victoria can hear on the phone. But yeah, last time when they got out of school and they wanted a play date, I said, well, we can bring Carla home. But we sort of, her mom has to be in on that because you never know if the mom has some other plans, and the kids don't really think about that. They just want a play date at the spur of the moment. But it's not fair to her mom because she's at work. And I mean, then they would have to go to the club and then wait there for her mom because she's not going to get off work before until later. So it's like stupid. If they had been asking if they could both come to my house, then it would have been easier. Then I could have called her mom and said that they could both come to my house. Because that's not really a problem. But I think they don't think so far, the little ones. Besides, I'm not really into too many play dates in the days where you have to go to school the next day. Last week there was a lot. The week before there were, there's always a lot. So next color on. This one will develop pretty quickly, I think, as opposed to the other one that took ages. But it got real pretty. This one will be pretty too. It will be pretty. So let's see here. It's pretty. But I mean, my dad can't make a decision about that. First of all, he has no clue what a play date is. Uh, he just gets confused. But they will be really insistent. Um, they'll have all kinds of good plans. But the fact is that no matter how great plans, then there's still the fact that it would be nicer if they planned it the day before. Like, for instance, if they today, Carla asked her mom if she could have a play date tomorrow after school, then we could plan it today so that it's already planned and not on the spur of the moment where I have to like call her mom and disturb her at her work because Carla's phone was out of battery, so she couldn't call her herself. All the other kids, they bring their phones, but Victoria doesn't. She don't want to bring her phone to school, but it could be useful for her if she has to call. But of course, if she can't hear anything that the other person says in the phone, then it's a pretty ordeal. I really don't get it. I think she just holds it wrong, the phone. But yeah, it's a really odd that she can't hear anything when she's on the phone. And she doesn't have any patience. It's not like that she will try to place the phone differently or do something. She just say, I can't hear it, and then she'll give you the phone, and she'll be like, that's it. Can't hear anything. Don't want to, you know, she gives up on it. So here we go, next color on. I think this one is really not good. I think I could do this one here. 15 colors it will be. 15 beautiful colors. The other one had a 9 rainbow, but then 11 beautiful gray tones. Just make the rainbow pop in a great way. I love that. And you can make it pop with an effect like that. It's just very pretty. This one here. Let's put it right there. Right in here. So it'll just be mind blowing. But they're sneaky, them kids. Also because she knows that my dad will just get like really confused, not really understand what's going on. Because it'll also be like it's already arranged because they already arranged it in their heads. So they'll be quite convincing about the play date. And I bet he just said, well, no, I can't make that decision. Then she says, well, you'll have to call my mom because she will say yes or something. Then you had to call me. Yeah, right. But it's the same thing with the clock, for instance. Like I told her, we have to sort of arrange it the day before that you say if you want to go to the club so that, we don't come and pick you up. Because there's no way that I'm going to school to pick her up to then go again home alone without her and then have to go in 1 hour and a half to pick her up from the club. That she has to say it beforehand and then she can go to the club after. And then I'll pick her up from the club. I'm not going to go there twice. It's like, no, that's not happening. Whereas my dad, he will go, and then if she says she wants to go to the club, then he'll go home, and then he'll go and pick her up again. That's ridiculous in my eyes. That's not fair. But and I told him, don't do that. It has to be prearranged so that we know where to pick her up and at what time. Not that somebody has to walk back and forth like an idiot. Because he walks, I take the bus. So otherwise it takes me too long. He walks pretty fast because he's always been walking like 20 kilometers a day anyway. So for him, it's his exercise. So it's pretty good. I think because normally I have the dark purple after the pink. I always get kind of surprised when I have the light purple in. So I've sort of switched around my system where normally I would put light purple after the purple. So yeah, but sometimes it's good to switch things up a bit. Expect the unexpected. Yeah. It's got a great flow, this one. Really nice flow to it. So that was that color. Now we get the dark purple. And I'm going to start here. I'm making a dent in the bag lock these days. I'd love to make a huge dent, but it takes the time that it takes. And you just gotta accept it. Love these colors. this. I'm going to go right in there. This one is going from here. There we go. That's beautiful. Okay. This one down. Up there. Beautiful. And then we get the blue. Which will be the last one up there. Then that section up here will be finished off. It's a biggie. It's a biggie one. So here we go. Let's see. Moving on with the blue. This one here. This one here. Still have to make up my mind about dinner. I also have some more leeks that I have to get eaten. I'd like to eat them. This one is just going to go perfect. I'm going to get all the colours in on all sections. That's lovely. But maybe not in that one, but then it's in there in that one. So it's good. It's all good. And we got this one here. just a very lovely flow in this one. Enjoy that. Got so many beautiful colors in there as well. So it's just going to be a real bonus. 15 colors. So we're not having the fleshy one, or the neon pink, or the neon green. So it's just the three colors that I don't really use a lot. I actually love the neon green. They're up on Amazon. Oh, then I must have gotten an email since I've been doing this, because they send me an email once they're up. That's great. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Lindsay. I fixed them yesterday. I fixed them and uploaded them again. So they've been quick about it. So that's good now. All three are. So now we got the 366 2020 big one with the everything inside, and then we got three editions, big editions with bigger pictures and no text. And the first one goes from January to April, and the next one goes from May to August, and the last one, of course, goes September to December. So there's 4 months worth in each of those um, big edition books. So then now you can make the choice if you want to have a bigger picture. And they're all at $9.99, so that is pretty cheap because they're quite fat. They're actually very fat. But yeah, there's 122 more or less. There's 4 months worth in each one. So then, if some people would like to have a bigger image, then they should go for those three instead of the one with all of them in, because they are a bit like 1.5 inch biggest around. So you get fatter lines and bigger spaces. So then you really got the choice of which one you want to have as your extra book the next year, if you're gonna go for having something next to the Weirdie's that will continue the way they always been as dailies, and then the 366 2020 mix will take over the mini Weirdie's. And then maybe, I'm thinking that I'll probably maybe make a new mini Weirdie's for the year after. Something completely different. But I'm thinking maybe a new mini Weirdie's, or maybe a fat liner, a new fat liner. This is the white turquoise going in here. This is a brand new one. I can feel it. The tip is hard. This will just be like a real color explosion. This one really fitted nicely for the 15 colors, I think. That's my second catch-up. You all know that I'm going for 3. And if I can manage to push more in, I will push more in. Because now, like, tomorrow I got the psychiatrist, and on Wednesday I got the mentor, so on those 2 days I probably won't be able to push anything in. And now Victoria's home. She's probably angry that I didn't let her have the play date, but I can't really be bucking Carlosita's mom at work. Hej Victoria. Hvorfor ikke? Hvad mener du med, hun tog med hende hjem? Jamen, jeg sagde jo nej til lejeaftalen. Sorry. Men jeg sagde jo nej.
Det sagde du ikke til mig.
Jeg sagde jo nej.
Det er jo. Talte du med hende?
Men jeg sagde jo nej til dig, at det ikke kom til at ske. Fordi du skulle aftale det på forhånd.
Det gør de slet ikke.
Jamen, Carlosita har jo ikke snakket med sin mor.
Hun har ringet til hendes mor. Vi ringede jo til hendes mor.
Okay, fra din telefon. Altså, de har simpelthen snøret dig.
Ja.
Okay, men så fortæl mig, hvad sagde Carlositas mor, og hvornår skal jeg hente hende?
Jeg ved ikke, men hun ville så lave noget med rig, så det var Victorias livvej.
Ja. Hold kæft, de har snøret dig. Jeg sagde jo nej. Fordi hun har alt det liggende ude i gangen.
Ja, det sagde hun lidt.
Nå, så ringer Carlositas mor jo nok.
Ja.
Hold da kæft, de har snøret dig. Hørte du slet ikke, at jeg sagde nej til dig?
Nej, det hørte jeg ikke.
Jeg sagde, det måtte de aftale. Og så sørge for at have en aftale på forhånd.
Jeg sagde ikke. Du har vist 200 kroner i kontanter.
Nej. Hvorfor? Jeg ved ikke, hvor meget jeg har i kontanter. Hvad skal du?
Ja.
Okay. Well, I guess they sneaky little ones. They yeah. Oh my god. They pulled one over my dad's head after I've said no on the phone to the playdate. They got him to call up Carlosita's mom and arrange the playdate. And now they're both at the club, and then they'll get picked up by Carlosita's mom. That is so not, because I even said it to him. I don't understand what part he didn't understand about no. I mean, well, anyways, that's above my head right now. It's not really. Well, of course, I can just like call Carlosita's mom and cancel it and be really mean about it. But now it's sort of a little bit too late. Then I'll have more time to catch up, I guess. But that was not what I said, so it's not good. They're clever kids. They never, Victoria said that no, then he had to call Carlosita's mom because Carlosita knows her mom's number. So even though that she didn't have any battery on her phone, and Then they called and arranged that she picks them both up from the club. There's no whoa. That is like really. And Calicida's mom said she would make something with rice because Victoria likes rice. But that's not okay. That is definitely not okay. I had already said no, and I also said to my dad no. So, I mean, I don't know what part of no he didn't understand. Because definitely, yeah, they're gonna pull one on him. And that's so easy because he just gets confused. But I didn't think that they would do that. Bad girls. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh. And she's not here, so she can't see me laughing about it. But they really wiggled him around their little finger there to get him to call Calicida's mom at work. Not okay at all. And I'm going to be telling her that when I pick her up. I could have, of course, also hit hard down on it. I could go and pick her up from the club now, and yeah, I could call Calicida's mom and make a big drama out of it. But I'm not really into drama. But I will explain to her that it's definitely wrong when I've said no, that they then go ahead and get the plans done without me. They're totally insisting. It's well, I think it's in a way I'm happy that Victoria at least has one person in school in her class because Kalasita is in her class, and she has her and then her boyfriend Sophus, and that's the only ones from her class that she relates to. So in that respect, I'm kind of happy that she wants to have play dates with her, but it's not okay to manipulate, and it's not okay to manipulate the grandfather just because he's slightly dazed and confused and doesn't know what he's doing. But I mean, he should. I mean, I told very clearly to him that it was not going to happen today. And so then he can't just say, "Oh, I didn't understand. She didn't say that." Well, I told you right in your. My dad did call me, but I told him that it's not going to happen today. And I don't know. Then of course they then got him manipulated because then he said they didn't say that, but I told you right to your face in the phone. Like I was talking with you as well. The phone got passed back and forth. So, and I told him it's not going to happen today. I want him to make the arrangements before. Um, so, I mean, him saying that he didn't know that's also ridiculous because I told him. Now he just took my last cash. Now I don't have any cash. No, so that's cool. Oh my god, that was annoying. He doesn't even feel guilty about taking the last cash in my wallet. Ugh, but I guess I'll figure it out somehow. I'm appalled that they were that clever. I mean, I was very, very clear, both to him and to Victoria on the phone, that it wasn't going to happen today. So yeah, there's two sides of the coin. Well, I bet I'll be hearing from Carla Sitter's mom soon. But of course, she doesn't know that I'd said no. Yeah, yeah, I'll have to do that. Lock them up. But yeah, but since I haven't paid the rent, then I have to sort of give him a little bit. It's only fair because I didn't pay the rent. Well, because he doesn't pay the rent, then why should I? Why should I if he doesn't? Because it won't help. Because his bank account isn't. total zero. I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. Uh, Hopefully they'll sell the apartment. I don't really want them to sell the apartment. I want to win in the lottery so I can buy my apartment back and just stay living here. But then I'd have the whole apartment to myself, and me and Victoria could be here. So I want to win the lottery so I can get the apartment back, and I don't have to move, and I don't have to worry. So that's a small thing to ask, isn't it? It's a very, very small thing to ask. Just let me win the lottery so that I can buy my apartment back and stay living here with Victoria without any disruptions and not have all the problems with the social and everything because I don't need their help anymore. That would be a relief, wouldn't it? So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that because that's what it's going to take. A freaking miracle. A freaking miracle. We need a miracle. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be a little bit. I've actually never had to get angry with Victoria. She's never pulled one like this before. This is the first time that she's that they done this. But I think my dad is just as much to blame because I told him on the phone that it is not happening today. So he's just as much to blame that he lets them then manipulate him after I've told him no. Um, but I bet he just got confused, and they were probably pretty convincing. I remember once that Carla Sitter was like, "Well, my mom is going to take us to the beach," and I was like, "Wow, really?" And I was like, "But that's a little bit too late in the day, and she's not even off work yet." And common sense was telling me that that was not going to happen. And then I talked with her mom, and I said, "Well, they can come and have a play date here, and then you can pick her up after work." Um, because I knew there was no way that she could go to the beach. And she's like, "Oh yeah, great." Because she couldn't go to the beach. I mean, it's like it's Carla that makes the plan, and then she just expects her mom to go with it. And then of course Victoria just falls for the plan that Carla has because Carla is a clever girl, and Victoria's like, "Oh, I would love to go to the beach. I love going to the beach," and uh, and then there was no plan of that. So I think that Carla is good at making plans on her mom's behalf without actually, getting an agreement first. And then she convinces Victoria that this is what we gotta do. And then Victoria goes with it because she's like, "Well, okay, that's a great plan. I want to do that." Yeah. But always look on the bright side of life. At least they have brain activity. At least they have brain activity. The clever little monkeys. Damn, that was cheeky. So yeah, I'll have to have a talk with her about that. About being a little bit too clever for your own good. But I still do put the majority of the blame on my dad because I told him clearly on the phone that it's not happening today. We'll have to make plans for that another day. Then I'm never mean with the play dates. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I just like to have the play date planned with the other parent the day before so that I know that we're both on the same page with it. Unless I'm taking them home, then I'll just tell the person that I can take them home, and if they want to, then they can just pick them up after work. And most parents actually get really happy about that because then they don't have to stress about getting home from work, or they can do the shopping on their way home. So if they're here, it's okay with me because, they just play with each other. It's not really a big thing. Then I just have to make sure they get something to eat, depending on what time they'll get picked up. Usually the other kids don't eat here because we eat late, and normally other people, they eat pretty early, so they'll get picked up early, and then I'll just cook dinner after. And that suits me well. But I'll have to have a good talk with Victoria about listening to what is being said, and if it's no, then it is no. They're going on a field trip tomorrow as well, and then on Wednesday they will start at the new school. 8:10 in the morning, there'll be a welcome thing in the schoolyard for all the ones who are moving back to the school. There are others that are still already in the school, so they'll be doing a welcome in the schoolyard. So that'll be interesting. So we'll have to be there 8:10. Oh yeah, not at 8. I don't think that they should start school before until 9. 9 should be the absolute earliest. I think she has to know but she's never pulled anything like this before. This is the first time, but it's definitely they manipulated him. But he shouldn't let himself get manipulated either. I mean, he's an adult, and I told him very clearly that it's not today. Because also I wanted her to finish with the clothes because it's all over the yard, the hallway, everything. So I wanted that to be finished before she could actually, have a play date. And she knew that too perfectly well. So so not a good thing. So I think I'll yeah. I bet her mom will call, but she has to get off of work first. But it's a good thing that they like playing together and that they do have the play dates because that means that she's not totally isolated in school. But it's not a good thing if it's a manipulation. I'm gonna try to talk with the mom about that. We have to make sure that these dates we've planned them the day before. Your daughter gets at 7 a.m. Wow, that's early. 7 a.m. Oh, I'm having issues with 8 a.m. I know that some people they go to like a morning after, um, sort of like a morning thing where they have breakfast. They can get there from like 6 o'clock in the morning. For those parents who go like really early to. Funny thing is, it's always the ones who go really early that also get picked up the latest. I feel sad for those kids who go like at 6 a.m. and then they get picked up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I think that is just sad. Okay, that was the second one. I have a third one that I'm gonna get started on, but I just have to go refill my chocolate milk. This is the next one that I'll be doing. I have 2 more, so I'll probably get a couple more done now that Victoria ain't coming home. So that's the next one, but I'll just go and refill my chocolate milk and have a potty break. So I'll be back. I'm not gonna like close the video. I'll just be back. Or should I make a new video? I don't know. Maybe I'll just make a new video. Yeah, I'll just take a break of 15 minutes or something. And then I'll be back in 15 minutes time. So see you in 15 minutes. Bye-bye.